Okay, we are back. I don't know what happened. My internet is stupid. It randomly cut out. I it, I don't even know what happened. Um, but don't worry, we're still gonna finish this game because I want to finish it. Let me get the chat pulled up first. Let me pause and there we go. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened. That was really weird. That sucks. I did not mean for it to cut out. But guess just gotta deal with it. And finish what we started. It said, please don't tell me. Okay, that's okay. But everything should be working now. Hopefully. Let me check. There we go. All right. Let's finish this. That was cool. I don't know why the internet had to cut out. Every time, internet always has to cut out right when I'm trying to do something. Every single time. But we're gonna finish it anyway. And yeah. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. So we do have to redo this because it cut
room
out.
smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Sorry we have to do this again. Sucks, I know, but internet also
Dear
sucks.
Mrs. Finch,
So
as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
I know drop frames, I'm sorry.
But he withdrew part of himself.
I don't know what the
In
frame
our
rate
sessions,
is
I
like.
saw the same behavior.
Hope it's not too bad.
His mind began to wander. I asked
Speed
him to
through this.
describe it.
Gonna
He
go the
said he
same way.
started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
Nope.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names.
Whoops.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Oh. Whoops. Ah, please. Is the frame rate really bad?
But he found something
Please, somebody tell me if it is. If it's bad.
more. I worried about him then,
Because
daydreaming at the cannery.
we could try to fix
I
it,
spoke
maybe.
with his boss,
Not sure what
but
the
he said
problem
Lewis
would
had
be.
become a model employee.
But I'm sure
Methodical,
it'll be okay.
tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Yay. There's a dog. Will he follow me up here?
On the edge of a city
he
he
won't.
named Louis Topia.
Louis Topia.
He built the city up slowly,
Okay.
brick by brick.
Yeah, on my thing it keeps saying the
Then
frames
he
are
made
dropping.
musicians.
But as long as it's okay on that side.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming
Hopefully we can
something.
get through this without my internet dying again.
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as
Shoot,
reliable as ever.
if you had this good of an imagination,
Then one day it struck him
I wouldn't be speaking either.
that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
You won.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Yep. This part is so cool. I love the the water and the design.
He'd conquer a city,
Looks
then
so
immediately push on.
It reminds me of
New Louisville,
I don't even know, like Starry Night or something.
St. Louis.
St.
He
Louis.
started drifting away from our reality.
So if you hit the rocks, nothing happens. But that's okay.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Gosh, Mom, just leave me alone. Just let me imagine. Let me just imagine me. Is that the right term for it?
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
I'm just gonna go the same way as I did before.
handsome queen.
I don't think it really changes anything.
The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her
This way, I guess. We're going this way.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh. We're like fully in it now.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it.
Oh.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
There's the exit.
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Yeah. You good? Lewis. Hey, man. Wait.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Whoa! Oh, it said Molly on it.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Yeah. Seems cool. These pictures look cool. I gotta talk about that.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Oh, come on. Why would you do that?
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
This would be so cool to stay at. Like,
But I
this
understand why we left.
house is sick. It's kind of, you know, kind of a fixer-upper, but, you know.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Like, some pictures.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
I don't know what happened.
Maybe it should have come sooner.
I honestly can't even remember. I don't know what's gonna...
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
My gosh.
I got turned around.
I gotta go this way?
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine!
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Oh, I can't be showing this. I definitely cannot be showing this. But you know what? Whatever.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
I see. Oh my gosh. It's over. Finished it. That was good. I mean, I've played it before, but every time I play it, it is good. It's very sad, I will say. I should have warned whoever. I mean, I should have warned you. It is a pretty sad game. But the story and the style and everything else is just, I love it so much. Wait, what? Oh. I got an achievement for seeing that person in the end credits. Aw, the dog. My younger brother just came in my room. I think it's a really creative game. That's what I like so much about it. It's very different. Like, it's not just like I don't know, it's not a normal game. There's a lot of everything. There's different, like, I don't know. It's just unique. It's a unique game. I think it's creative. I like the art and I like the stories. And yeah, I think it's definitely worth playing. I always go back and play it like every once in a while. But I haven't played it in so long until now. Scarred for Life 2. Trick or treat, smell my feet. In loving memory, Lewis Finch. The Edith Finch team. The end. And there we go. There's the whole family tree. Let's see. Yeah, there's Edith, Milton, Lewis, Dawn, Gus, Gregory, Sam, Walter, Odin, Eddie. Edie, not Eddie. Edie, Calvin, Barbara, and Molly. I think my favorite one for this one, it's probably Lewis's, because his was super cool. Or Gregory, I like the frog. Or Gus. They're all pretty good. I like a lot, like all of them. I think Walter's is pretty sad. But yeah. That was What Remains of Edith Finch. I think this game is on pretty much everything. I mean, not everything, but I think most platforms. I don't know about Switch, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in... Yeah, Lewis, yes. His room is cool. If I could decorate my room like Lewis's room, I would definitely do that. I already got LED lights in here. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video, whatever that ends up being. So yeah.